Yes. I believe we are live. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to toggle out this chat, stick it over here, and then move this back. Hey, Sarah. I was just thinking about you. I was just thinking about ya. I'm actually feeling very hot already, so I'm going to peel off a layer. Happy Monday. Woo. Hey, Pi. Hey, Pi. You want to come say hi to everybody? Hi, Nicolette. You want to come here? You want to come here? Oh, I'm pretty sure the microphone is in a giant fur chunk right now, but Pi says hello to everybody. Don't let the face fool you. She is absolutely enjoying herself right now. Hi, Stephanie. Do you see her little shaved arm? It's getting better. We're growing your hair back. Everything's growing back. Meow, meow. Hey, Holly Clark. Ooh, it seems a little stormy out. I wonder if I'm going to get a class storm. Oh, I'm such a dork. I realized I did not even post about this class on Instagram today. Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh yeah, I was checking the weather. Hello, good morning. Oh yeah, a little light rain today, NBD. It'll be nice, a little sprinkling. Hey Claudia, good morning. Or I'm not even sure where you are. Where is everybody tuning in from? Because some of you, it is nighttime. For some of you, it's early in the morning. I know I've got some of my West Coast friends here, my California friends. Yay, California. I'm so excited to come back home in a couple weeks. I know, Nicolette. Dry as a bone, huh, in California. Oh, Minnesota. That was my terrible Minnesota accent. Lake Superior. Claudia's in Panama. And then back to Italy. Wonderful. I'm going to give a song to everybody. Panama. I'm sorry, Lacey. Yeah. Trying to remember of the movie. Oh, what is it called? It's very, the brothers, the Coen brothers, the horrors, the wood chippers. I can't remember right now. But yeah, that was my first introduction outside of meeting local people to Minnesota. I'll just say Minnesota. I'll just say it like a normal person. Fargo, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Love it. Love it, love it. Nice song. Thank you. I am not the singer of the family. Nicolette says, we can only water our yards 2 days a week now, according to DWP, because of the drought. God damn it. I know, California's got it real bad right now. Real bad. I mean, we kind of have for a while. Just been dry. I'm gonna swap over to the other camera and then you can see Pi. Pi's awaiting us on the mat. Let's see her. What a perfect angel baby. Oh my God. I got so lucky when I picked you. Let's see, where did my little toggle chat go? Here it is. Nope, now it's gone. I know, right, Nicolette? That's how I feel. She's so perfect. Well, I'm excited for today. I could just kind of talk to you guys all day long, but we're here to do some movement. And in particular, we're going to do some strength moves or power moves. Now, all week we've been working on the hips, and we've been doing some pretty strange shapes with our hips, all under the movement style that is yoga asana. So we did, yay, good morning, Jen. Oh, hi, Jelena. My thighs are still feeling Friday. I know, I was actually thinking about that because I was putting away the sliders. I haven't like moved anything in here since the Friday class, and I picked them up and was like, ugh, do not miss you. Yeah, well, then this will be a great class. If you attended Friday and your thighs are still feeling all sorts of awful, we're going to do lots of stretches for those legs. So like I was saying, we worked all month. We did a lot of yogi dandasana. So a lot of taking these leggings as far back behind us as we can. We're going to kind of continue those kind of movement themes. Hi, Denisha. Yay! I know, Lacey, it's so hard to play catch up. I'm putting out so many classes all the time, so I'm just proud that all of you are here now. So for today, it's labeled a master class, but don't let that intimidate you. We're going to be doing some things that you're already familiar with, comfortable with, and then I'm going to give lots of add-ons, lots of ways to challenge yourself, do inversions, but just know that those things are optional. And if I'm doing something that looks crazy and you're not ready for it, no worries. You can sit back, take a sip of water, enjoy the show. I don't know why this is my universal water. That's usually something else, but you could do that too during class if you want. The beauty of practicing at home, right? You guys can be doing whatever you want while class is happening. So things that can be helpful during class, we're going to get started in a sec, I promise. I've got blocks. I've got 4 here because I'm crazy and it's overkill, but you know, I like having an assortment of blocks for all different things. I've got cork and I've got foam. The cork ones are much heavier, much more dense. The foam are super light and have like a little bit of give to them. So I like using them for different things. So I always like having blocks handy, especially for some of our hip openings that we'll do today. And if some other things just feel unattainable, grabbing the toes or anything, you can always have a strap available. Yeah. So those are just things I always recommend having. And then of course, water and your space. So with all that being said, let's get going, everybody. I would like us to start in a child's pose position. So if you're ready to go, let's bring our knees wide onto the mat from like a tabletop position. You'll bring your big toes to touch behind you, and then you'll sit your hips back towards the heels. The hips don't have to touch your heels in order for your child's pose to be a successful child's pose. The goal here is to just get an integral opener into the hips, maybe get a little stretch into our back and get ourselves a little more grounded. So with those arms stretched out in front of you and your forehead on the mat, I want you to just focus on the breath. One of the coolest things about working through child's pose and breathing is gravity can allow you to really take some big Buddha belly breaths. Yeah. So don't be afraid. to fill up your tummy like a big balloon and really let it hang, and then using your exhales to draw everything back in. I think I'm going to use this. This was a really great little bar playlist that I used the other day. You can listen to whatever you want, of course. Hey, Annalisa Presto, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're just hanging out in child's pose for a second. Now, something I like to do in child's pose, let's try this together. I want you to activate your child's pose. So I want you to come up onto your fingertips, lift your elbows and wrists. Levitate your chest even a little bit. So come out of the shape a bit. Oh. And then we're going to walk our hands over to the left-hand side, just giving a little bit of a side body stretch. Great, let's take it back through center, up and over to the other side. And we'll bring it back to center. I want you to lift your butt up off of your heels, swing both of your feet over to the right, and sit behind your left heel. Adjust your legs so you're kind of in 2 right angles-ish. Left hand is going to plant behind you. Let's lift up our hips. Right arm can reach up and back. And I always like to take a big arm circle just because my arms are always some kind of tight first thing in the morning. Great, let's bring ourselves all the way back down. Now the right hand is going to plant behind you. Your left hand is going to come onto your right knee area, and you're going to twist looking over to the right shoulder. Nice, we'll take it back to center, and we're going to switch sides. You can just lean back and take both knees over to the right, or you can move forwards and swivel both knees over to the, or both feet over to the left. All right, 2 right angles is what we're going for. Right hand is going to plant behind you. Press, lift through the hips, reach through the arm. Big side body connective space, and circle out this arm. If you did it with me on the other side. Great, we'll return the hips back down. And then we're going to do that weird little twist. So right hand is going to find your left knee thigh area, left hand behind you, and you'll peek over your left shoulder. Nice. All right. We'll adjust our gaze so that we're back to the front. Instead of leaning forwards and adjusting, we're all going to take a little lean back here. And we'll bring the soles of our feet together, knees wide, so Baddha Konasana position. Great. Wow, I am absolutely covered in cat hair today. Hands are going to find your ankles for this first one. Heels can work further away from your pubic bone if you need. I want you to lengthen out through your spine. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, hinge forwards. Great. Let's roll it back up with a slight contraction. Lengthen out at the top. And again, take yourself deep. Oh my God, is Jamithia here? What's up, baby? Miss you. All right. The next time you make your way all the way back up tall, here's what I want you to try. Keep your heels together, but separate your feet. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see this a little more. Yeah? We're just opening here. Okay? Now I want you to take your hands right to the inside of these little peats. I want you to literally pull your feet apart but keep the heels together. Lengthen your spine like hell. Lean forward and see if you can take this hip stretch deeper. Oh, fuck. I don't know why it just gets me in a whole different way. Great, last 3. Last 2. Yikes. And last 1. Let's bring you all the way back up. And then we're going to close our legs together and get into a boat prep. So here's your level 1. Point your pretty little toes. Keep those on the ground. Sit up nice and tall through your back. Lean back any amount you need. Your level 2, we'll take our feet up and find a little balance. Just starting with a 10-second balance to start. Work through your breath. Find the balance. Last 3. Great, last 2. And feet down if they aren't already. Take a little 5-second break. Now you continue with that same static hold, or I'm gonna start adding difficulty and giving you more layers. So it'll just be up to you, okay? We're gonna do a total of 3 rounds. So 1 down, 2 to go. All right. Round 2 goes a little something like this. Same thing, same setup, except I want you to take your hands to heart. Again, you can float the legs up if you want. We're gonna do a Russian style twist. So left elbow works to the ground, we'll take it back up. Right to the ground, lift it back up. Again, if your toes are down, you can do the same thing. And the elbow does not have to touch the ground, okay? Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. After those, I always feel like I need to open up my legs a little bit. All right, this next one, we're gonna go from our full boat to a low boat. My beginner's options for this, you can take a peek at it first. You can hang on to your thighs, lean back, and pull back up, right? So this will be your level 1. My level 2s, you'll lift up, lengthen, pull in with your exhale. My level 3s, I want you to try this. Arms up, exhale, pull in, yeah? So going from your hollow body up into that full boat. We're gonna try to go for 15 seconds. So pick your poison wisely. We're gonna start in 3. Starting in 2 and 1. Here we go. Great, last 10. Oof. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold our low variation on 1. So either you're in your low boat, you're in your hollow body, or you're hanging out in this lean back contraction. If you're in these low boat or hollow bodies, hold those legs together. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back up. Let's all go to tabletop. Whew. A very rude start to the day, huh? From all fours, let's work through our cat-cows. last 2 rounds of your cat-cows. And because we've been drilling them for the past month and I'm kind of obsessed with it, we're gonna try to go for our tabletop undulations. So I'm gonna scoot my knees back, realign my shoulders over my wrists. Great. Now I want you to think about your cow pose, slide back. Once hips are kind of over your knees, contract into your cat and roll forwards. Inhale back, cow. Exhale forward, cat. Now a really nice challenge is trying to reverse that. So think cat back first, cow back forwards. Oh, it tickles my brain. Last 5 seconds, if you're feeling a little scrambled, don't you fret, we all do. The next time you slide back, let's tuck our toes, float our knees so that we're up in that pounce position. So arms are nice and extended, your gaze is forward, your knees are bent. Take your breath in, and with your exhale, lengthen out your legs for our first downward facing dog. Now probably your legs are feeling like they need a little extra love here. Give that to them. Pedal out the legs, waggle the hips a little bit side to side. Whatever helps them feel more warmed up. I'm gonna give you like 15 seconds here to mess around within that shape. Great. If you're doing anything that means like a second side, by any chance, be sure that you balance it out. We're gonna start moving in about 5 seconds. Great. Now from this downward facing dog, let's lift up your heels nice and high. Bend your knees deep, look forward, just like that pounce shape we were in. Move to the front of your mat. Show me your halfway lift. Lengthen out through your spine, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Now inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, arms by side body. Inhale, reach your arms back up, nice long tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. From your high plank, move to mid. You can continue all the way down to a low cobra or push all the way up into an up dog. Both of those options are available for you for the entire class, as well as completely omitting chaturangas as a whole. You can just step back to high plank and move into downward facing dog. Reset your breath here 3 times. This ponytail, very long today. Great. We're gonna use your 3rd breath to move again, all right? Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale to the top of your mat, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Good. Exhale, release your arms by your side body, reset. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Think about that hinging from the hip. Nice work. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, making your way back to down dog. Chaturangas, moving all the way down to the ground, low cobra, or upward facing, and then piking back. Once you make it back into down dog, hold that again for 3 breaths. Great job. Just getting you nice and warmed up. All right, let's use this last breath to move. Inhale, heels high, exhale, bend knees. Inhale to the front of your mat, halfway lift. Good, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, Utthita Hasta in Tadasana. Exhale, Samastitihi, release your arms by side body. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, hinging from your hip line, making your way down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Good, fold, plant your hands, chaturanga, high to mid. We're gonna meet back in downward facing dog and stay there. Now, once you're back into your down dog, I want you to widen out your stance a little bit as well as shorten it. We're gonna go into a down dog twist. So starting with your right hand, I want you to make your way towards your left leg. My deep, stretchy people, you are going to be able to grab a heel. Also available, the ankle, the leg, a piece of your clothing, or even just a space along the way, so on your mat, because we're working asymmetrical here, and sometimes unilateral shoulder work can be a big challenge for us. So stay in this down dog twist. We're gonna switch sides in 3, in 2, nice. Last one, return your right hand. I like to just peek, make sure it's even, and then go for your down dog twist other side. So left hand works its way towards the right foot, scooping under the heel if you're really feeling that space. Ankle, calf, piece of your clothing, or somewhere along on the road there on your mat. Good, make sure your hips are trying to stay as even as possible. Sometimes they try to bump out to the side when we're doing stuff like this. Nice. All right. Now let's return back. So bringing your left hand back to the ground. We're going to return to a forward fold, but this time we're going to the back of our mat. So walk your hands back there. Your feet should just still be kind of at a wider set from where they were before. So let's turn the toes out and go into as deep of a squat or malasana that you can. I know some people have a hard time, the heels lift. So if that's you, I just want you to hang out in this squat for a second. We'll be here for 3. Nice, we're here for 2. And on 1, we're gonna push ourselves all the way up to standing. Nice, let's take it back down to our depth. 3, 2, and back up on 1. Great, let's do 3 more. I know. Powerful hips don't just come from the stretchy stuff. We also need to get them strong. Last 2. Great. Last one, we're gonna meet in standing. We'll turn ourselves into parallel position, and we're gonna take a little walk to the front. You can just walk your way there, or if you wanna add a little extra hip stretch, just doing a little alternating leg lift walk, pulling the knees in towards your chest. All right, once you make it to the top, toes together, we're going into Utkatasana or chair pose. So bend into your knees. I like to touch the ground first, then reach my arms towards the upper hand corner. Sit a little bit deeper, 1 breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Great, halfway lift, lengthen out through your spinal column. And then let's step you back into a high plank position. Great. Wrist warm up. These you can do in your high plank or tabletop. Shift forwards and backwards. Great. Now let's move the hands out to right and left and shift side to side. Okay, if the hands are turned out, let's bring them back to neutral. If you're in tabletop, lift the knees so you're in your high plank, and then we'll push back to down dog. Left foot stays on the mat, right leg is going to lift. Feel free to open up your hip and bend into your knee. Circle out your leg once or twice. Maybe you play with a little extension in the opening. Whatever you're doing, think about working through square shoulders. So I like to think of my armpits like little light bulbs. I want to point those light bulbs to the back of my mat. Great, let's square everything off. Look to the front. Pull your knee in towards your chest. Step through to low lunge. For this next section, blocks can be really helpful. So if you have them, let's grab them. Easy peasy, no big deal. We're just going to lower the knee down so that we're in our grounded lunge or grounded Anjaneyasana. And we're going to go back and forth through a hamstring stretch and then back into our grounded lunge, okay? So if you're doing this Ardha Hanumanasana and you just want to focus on your hamstrings, don't be afraid to keep your toes pointed. If you just want that extra calf stretch and Achilles stretch, you can flex the foot. Something that I've been trying to focus on personally for my own movement goals is trying to stay as square as possible. So it's really easy for me to pull back and kind of shift the hips off center or open a little bit. And we're going to test that balance later. Great. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. The next time you come back forward, let's tuck your back toes, lift up your back knee. We're going to try to keep our hips low like this, but we're going to lower, tap the knee down and bring it back up. So I shouldn't see heads going up and down, right? We're just trying to move the back leg. Last 3. Last 2. Nice. Keep that leg up on one, lengthen out through the right leg, pull back into another hamstring stretch. Feel free to melt towards that leg if it feels really good. Great, we'll lengthen everything back out. We'll rebend into your front knee, scooch the blocks if you used them. And then we can go through our first Ekapada Chaturanga or single-legged. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go for side 2. Left leg lifts. Hip opens, bend into your knee. And again, do whatever movement feels really good for you here. All right, let's square everything off. Let's bring your knee towards your nose, step through to low lunge. Same thing, lower the knee down, snatch up your blocks if you use them on the other side. Great, just easy peasy going back. We're going through the nice parts right now. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Now it's really easy to kind of cruise through these parts. What do I mean by that? When you're moving yourself back forwards into this Anjaneyasana, you can get that extra bit of space by really lengthening your tailbone underneath you. When you pull back, squaring off through the hips, finding that symbiotic relationship between spine and hips and maintaining your length. This is why I don't like to move fast during class, because I like to feel all of those transitions. Great, we've got about 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're back into our lunge. We're going to tuck our back toe, lift our back knee. Now without bouncing, lower the knee and lift it back up. Great. Hip flexors on fire for 3. For 2. Last 1, lengthen out through your left leg. Good, nice and square stretch here. Feel free to melt if you did that on the other side. All right, we'll rebend into our front knee. Again, opportunity to make your way through a high to mid, ekapada style. Upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're gonna make our way back to the back of our mat. You can walk there, or you can shorten up your stance, bend into your knees, and do a push back. I totally forgot I have this fucking blanket under me, and guess what? The whole mat moves when I do pushbacks. So, once you're at the back of your mat, let's go back into that malasana, or deep squat. Sticking with your breath here for 3. Great for 2. And let's come all the way back up to standing on 1. Only doing that 2 more times. Big bend into the knees. Down as far as you can. And back up. Last time. And we're going to meet actually down in the malasana. Now, I would love for you to make your way from malasana to the front of your space, either by taking little frog leaps like that, which you can do on your hands, or on your fists. The fun thing with that like primate type walk is you almost want to think about the hips going past. Yeah? And you can try that a couple times too. Like my feet are going beyond the wrists. Fun, right? Give it a whirl. We'll meet back at the front of our space in 3, in 2, I'm already so sweaty, and 1. Let's go into our forward fold. Square everything off, heel toe the feet together. Halfway lift, lengthen, and with your exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Now let's bend into the knees, work through your Utkatasana chair pose once again. Sit deeper. Take your breath in. And with your exhale, fold back forwards. Now you can make your way back through chaturangas, yada yada. If you want to try some arm balances, some inversions already, crow pose can be a really fun thing to try. Heels can lift, knees can bend, working the knees to the tricep area. Try to get them as high as you can into the pits before leaning forward and picking up the legs. Something that's really helpful there for me is to look in front of me as opposed to straight down. That's going to help prevent you from doing a big rollover, which I've done many a time, yeah? The feet don't even have to leave the ground if you're not comfortable yet. You can just try one foot and the other foot. Good job, you guys. You're here for 3. Maybe you want to do some hop backs in 2. Great, and 1. If you're trying for that hop back, please land with bent elbows, and then we're back in downward facing. Great. Let's go on to series 2 of what we did before. Right leg is going to lift, hip is going to open. For that deeper hip, lower just your left forearm to the ground so that you're asymmetrical. Nice, let's square everything off, pick up that left elbow, bring knee to chest, step through to your low lunge. Lower the left knee down or keep it lifted and work through a couple more hamstring hip flexor moves. Now the next time you have a bend into the front knee, if your leg is lifted, let's bring it down and we're going to try to go for a quad stretch together. So just test the waters here. See if bending your knee is something you even want to do. If not, just keep it down, okay? My friends that are going to try for the bend, reach the right arm behind you and try to pull that heel in towards your butt. Having a block under your hand can be really helpful here because it'll give you a little bit of a lift. Now, if you're not feeling the right arm doing it, then swap grips. See if you can bring it a little closer with your left hand. Now, if you're into a little bit of challenge and you're not wanting to hold this block, see if you can keep your right forearm right on top of your right femur bone here. Really big balance there. Great, last 3. Last 2, careful with those legs. And really gently release that left side and work into your big hamstring stretch. So right leg lengthens. Now we're all going to turn our toes to the left. We're going to meet in a wide-legged folded position. Think halfway lift with your spine. Open up your arms out to right and left. And let's rise all the way up to standing. Nice. Turn right toes to the front. Bend into your right knee. Setting up for Virabhadrasana 2. Reach your arms to front and back. Flip right palm, reverse warrior. Gain that space into your front body. Side body, technically. Take it through center. Let's go into side angle. A block is right here for you in case you used it on the other side. Great, let's bring you back up. Lengthen through the front leg, reverse Trikonasana. And we'll move into triangle pose, Trikonasana, right arm down, left arm high. Think about this left butt pocket wrapping behind you as best you can. Great, last breath in there. And we'll rebend into your knee. Square you off. Heel toe this right foot wider and go into your proper lizard. With or without the knee up, maybe forearms down to the ground. Wow, how is it already that time? WTF. All right, we'll bring it back up to our hands. If you're on your forearms, of course. And you can go back through your single-legged Ekapada or Chaturanga or none of them. Or you can take advantage of this leg position right here. Squeezing the knee into the shoulder, leaning forward and taking it into your hurdlers, with or without full extension of your legs. Now I personally like to step back through that ekapada into my up dog and then back into down dog. Reset your breath once you get there. One breath in, one breath out. Left leg lifts, let's go. Open up the hip if you got a little extra space there. Lower the right forearm. Nice, we'll bring it back up, knee to nose, big step through low lunge. Couple more of those hamstring hip flexors, with or without the knee down. And then we'll meet with the front leg bent. We'll lower your right knee down. And then we're gonna try for that quad stretch. Block can come underhand. Just see if the leg wants to bend at all. You can reach back with opposite arm pull in. Or if it felt better to do same arm, same leg, maybe you got a little more space with that. And if you tried my little balance test, if you're doing same arm, same leg, trying to bring the left forearm right above that left thigh. Great, really gently release that foot. Tuck back to a lift back knee, get that little momentary hamstring stretch. And then we'll turn it into our wide fold to the right. Lengthen everything out like you're in your halfway lift. Open up the arms out to side and bring yourself all the way up. Awesome, we'll adjust your left foot. And we're gonna go into our Virabhadrasana 2. Flip your left palm. We're going to reverse warrior, side body stretch. Side angle, making your way back up. Block can come underneath your hand. It's right here for you. Great, we'll bring it up, reverse triangle. Left leg lengthens, left arm up and back. And Trikonasana triangle pose, left arm down, right arm high. Think about again this right pocket turning behind you down towards the ground. Energy lines out through both arms. Let's rebend back into your front knee. Turn to the front, and we'll heel toe your left foot wider. So your nice wide lizard lunge, which you can do just like so, or even take deeper by bringing your forearms to the ground. All right, my loves, wherever you are, we'll bring you back up. You can again just step back the foot from here, or you can take advantage of this position and practice a little hurdler's position. So leaning forward, supporting the hips onto your elbows, leaning forward so you can lift up the legs. Then I like to step back through my ekapada. And then go back into down dog. Feel free to take a break here. Take your knees down. Child's pose, any shape you want. We're going to start moving into the last pieces of class. I know these are tough transitions. All right. So you know how we've been doing these kind of like traveling things from the back and moving forwards? I want to give you another opportunity, or at least another way of doing that, should you want it. So you can do handstand hops from your malasana, or from any position you want. You can take those little hops up and down on your way to the front. If you want to make life more difficult, you can also try those from a press. I'm going to move my mat just so I have the actual leg room to do it. So you would take your hands to the ground, lean forward into your press, taking the legs either out and all the way up and back down, or you can just bring them out to the side. The key, though, is to walk the hands in front of you, and then try to bring it back down as quiet as you can. And if you end up falling out, have your escape plan. That's why I like to give myself plenty of space when I'm practicing these. Oh no, we've got a curious cat wanting to come in. Baby, this is the danger zone. Go back there. Okay, good. She's out of the danger zone. So once you've made your way all the way up to the top, let's just hang out in our forward fold for a second. If you tried any of those options, amazing job. Even if you brought it all the way back from the top class where you just did a walk, that primate walk, your little malasana hops, or any of those handstand variations. All right, we'll take it through our halfway lift. And exhale, fold. We'll heel toe the feet together, take it into your chair pose. And then with your exhale, I want you to fly both of your arms behind you, so a little bit deeper. I know we haven't done this one yet. Lift it all the way up into standing, left leg lifts. Grab for the front of your left shin bone. Try to pull that in a little bit higher, even taking it out to the side. Now try to keep that connection, but try to lean forward a bit. Release the foot, bend into the standing leg. Take it into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Any depth, with, without a block. Great, if you worked binds for some strong hip action, work a bind, half or full. Now we're actually going to go, instead of back into our reverse triangle, we're actually going to go straight into triangle from here, which you can maintain your bind to take. So if you're in this full or half and you're feeling it, keep it. Just keep trying to roll your chest up towards the sky. Having a tough time with that today. If binds are tough, this is where those straps would come in handy. All right, now if you've got a bind, let's release it. We're going to rebend into our front knees. Take the hands to the ground, heel toe them wider. Back into your lizardy lunge. Now, if you are super comfortable with your forearms on the ground in your lizard lunge and you feel like you've got more to give in this hip position, I'm gonna offer you a wacky ass little bind, okay? So I want you to think about first just trying to get your right shoulder underneath your right leg. I'm gonna turn the other way so that this is a little bit easier to see. So again, shoulder sneaking underneath. If you've got even more from there, maybe even think about getting your head underneath. And if that's you, I like to just completely take my left thigh onto the ground, even bending into my left leg, reaching back, capturing the foot if I've got it, which I don't have today, unfortunately. All right, if you're working this deeper shape with the whole head underneath your ass, we'll start to sneak you out and all sorts of ways for you to get out of here, okay? You can do it the same way you were doing before, squeezing, working through not your ekapada, but your hurdler's pose. My brain is like, bro, I was just under your leg, don't make me think right now. Or you can, of course, just step back. Wow, amazing, super fun, huh? Let's travel our way back to the front once you've made it back, and we're gonna do the other side. Lengthen out into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair position. And then we'll go into our chair fly. Now we're gonna lift up, balance on our left leg, elevate through the right. See if you can grab this right shin. Opening it out to the side. Great, now try to stay tall, but start to hinge forward in the hip. Bend into your standing leg as you start to take the right behind you and step back into your warrior two. Yeah? I'm gonna switch positions. We'll do our reverse. And then our side angle. You guys are almost out. So close. All right, if you're in this side angle and you tried for binds, here's where you add them in. Big wrap, big wrap. All right, now instead of just going back into our reverse triangle, just start to add in your triangle here. If you're working the bind, you can, of course, keep your bind for your triangle, even though it's very tough. I just like to think about constantly opening up my chest to the ceiling as opposed to collapsing downwards. All right, my binders, last three. And if you've got that bind, release it. Look towards the front, rebend into your front knee. Let's go into your last lizard lunge. If you tried forearms down, try forearms down. If you tried shoulder under leg, try shoulder under leg. See you, Denisha, love you. I know, you're like, I'm out of here before this weird shit gets any weirder. All right, if you tried head under leg, man, this side is brutal. Placing this microphone over here. Every time I do that shape, I'm so sore for days. All right, wherever you are, we'll wiggle ourselves out. Same routine, you can exit any way you like. I'm just stepping back to down dog because that is the safest thing for me today. And then we'll make our way to the front and we'll have a seat on our butt. Now, any counters you like for those shapes we did, you can take them. Whether that's just giving yourself a hug, going back into your Baddha Konasana. And then we're going to try a couple of things with our boat pose and then we'll be all done. You guys are doing great. All right. We'll lean it back a bit and we're going to take it back into boat. Only difference is on this one, I want you to be able to try to grab your toes first, kind of like through the center. We'll bounce on our butt and take ourselves just into the standard boat position. If the balance isn't there, keep the legs open and the arms between and just try lifting up the heels and balancing on your butt. Okay? If you've got the legs in front of you like so, see if you can lift and even open out to the side, maintaining butt balance. That's the tough one, huh? Great, last 3, last 2, and 1. Bring it in, take a break. We're gonna try practicing that one more time, but I wanna give you guys the option of just one step further in terms of advancement there. So the best way that I like to enter Titibhasana shape is basically from like a deep squatted position, okay? So you can check it out for a second, or if you're comfortable with TT, then do your TT thing, all right? So I like to lift my butt, take my arms between my legs, nestle them around the back of my heels. I'm trying to get my shoulders deep, right? This has kind of been a theme, right? Now once I get my hands, I sit my hips back, come up onto my toes, and you can just pick up the legs, or you can try to lengthen them. Yeah? Another thing you can do is try to lift your butt. Practice this little squeeze. And then back to TT. Yeah? You want to give it a go? One more balance. Or try for your Titibhasana. TTs can also be done on your blocks. If it just feels impossible to get your butt off the ground, the only thing is that this is taking you further from the ground. So if being close to the ground is something that helps you feel safe, know that having the blocks does take you further away from the ground. Yeah. So just think, I'm sitting on my triceps. It's very wristy too. Let's release our wrist. Let's take it back down. Circle out the wrist a little bit. Woo. Great job, everyone. I know that was tough. We'll lay down on our backs. Once you feel like you've given your wrist some love, so much flexion. And I want these final moments on the ground to be a little bit of a freestyle for you. I know I have my favorite ways of cooling down my body. Twists, happy babies. Oh. Some of my other favorites are bridges. I know Stephanie loves this one. Plow position always feels so good for the back. But something you can also give a go if the arms were feeling really comfortable between your knees is legs behind head pose. So I like to just start in my happy baby. I promise I'm gonna shut up after this. Take my arms through, the legs behind, cross the ankles. And then you just kind of are rolled towards the center of your back. I like to personally change the ankles, and it kind of acts like a little headrest. All right, wherever you are exploring, let's take a final minute here on the ground. Let's take 3 more breaths. And at the end of that 3rd breath, if they aren't already, bring your hands onto your body and feel the breath rise and fall. Know that this connection is sacred. When we keep returning to ourselves, caring to ourselves, it acts like a ripple, moving out in all directions to the world around us. So thank you for taking care of yourself today, taking care of your community and those around you. I'm honored to teach you all. Thank you so much. My body and my mind weren't ready for a tough class, but I'm glad that I did that today. Ooh. Great job, everyone. I feel like I want a nap after that. Oh my. Oh, yep. Stephanie. Yeah, big nope. Speaking of nope, I went and saw that movie yesterday and it was friggin' awesome. You guys should go see it. If you're into cool alien stuff, that is. Yay, Jen. Yes. Thanks, Claudia. You're so welcome. Oh, yeah, I was having a few nope moments there myself, actually. The head got under the leg, but as soon as it was there, I was like, this used to be easier for me. Thank you, Jessica. I need water. I need to hydrate. Hydrate, don't dehydrate. Yay, Jelena. Yeah, it sucks that after you get your legs beat up, you have to like beat them up again to make them not so shitty feeling. Yeah, and keep resting them. Do some active recovery, do some recovery, you know, get on a foam roller, roll around. Yeah, that's how I feel. My hormones right now got me in a mood. You did hurdlers for the first time? What? That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's a big deal. Yes. Take a picture of him. Yeah. He's like, come here, baby. Let me up. Like I was saying, our other classes this week, we've got Thursday beginners class. Love that class. If you're on my Patreon, it's just a great little Zoom class to take. And then we'll be doing Sculpt on Saturday. I was doing that on YouTube, but I'm having issues with YouTube and that class in particular because I stream music with it. So that's going to be done on Zoom, sorry. I know some people like the YouTube more, but what are you going to do? So I hope to see you at some of those other classes. Thursday, that'll be at 10 a.m. for my Pacific Standard Timers, 1 o'clock for my East Coasters, and if you're in Europe, that's more like in the evening hours. And then Sculpt is early. Sculpt will be at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. 10:30 a.m. Eastern times, and then it'll be in the kind of late afternoon for my European friends. So if I don't see you then, hope to see you next week. My schedule is going to be a little loopy in August, just warning you, because I'm doing a lot of travel, coming back home to LA and then going to Atlanta. So I'll keep you guys tuned. Keep you in the loops. All right, you guys. Amazing job again. I'm going to close the stream because I got to go see a man about a horse. Just kidding. I just have some errands to run, you know. Yay, Jessica, Sculpt. It's going to be super fun. Woo. All right, my darlings, have a beautiful rest of your Monday, beautiful rest of your week, finishing out July. Can you believe it? I'm ready to get through August. I'm done with summer. I'm done with this. I want some fall. I want fall weather, please. All right, darlings, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for coming to stream. Love you all so much. Yay, thanks, Jess. Don't forget to drink your water today, too. You guys worked really hard. Trying to not give you ASMR chugging sounds. All right, guys, see you. Thanks, Nicolette. Yes.